So I was thinking a little bit on how is multiclassing going to work after the video that we did yesterday, after reading through the interview that Larian did and the changes that they are going to be doing to multiclassing. And I ended up going back because I just touched two main points in the discussion of that interview, which is the one that is going to remove the restrictions of the classes before multiclassing, and the actual thing where you get more spell slots for caster classes by investing less into a multi-class. But then I completely disregarded something that it just blew my mind, because if that was already broken, if that already sounds broken, this is just going to immediately trivialize the entirety of the game, and now I can see and I can properly say without fear to anything that this probably means that you should multi-class. If you're not multi-class in BG3, you are going to be missing out on something, and I should like to think that they need to balance this a little bit better, because right now, as things stands, thanks to this, there is no point in going mono class. Yes, you heard me right, there is really no point in going mono class thanks to all of these new discoveries and findings that we have right. And it's just this one thing that you have right here. Another thing that we have been working on a bit out of the box is the magic items in the game. Various objects have been assigned or introduced with multi-classing in mind, and we put them thinking, okay, this will really help a specific combination a lot. An example is the intellect bandana that is already in early access. Set your intelligence to 17, and that it's useless for classes that already use it, meaning that they already have the ability score at 17. But for other martial classes that may not have invested in that stat and want to multi-class, it can be essential to not miss out by choosing a second class with a completely different main stats. And this is what they are referring to. So right now, my rogue, this one right here, it has high dexterity because that is the main stat that I need for that rogue. So I already have my 17 plus to get my plus 3 to ability checks. Do have in mind that the maximum of this thing is going to be 30 to get a plus 10 to ability checks. Not important right now, but as of right now, as things stands, my dexterity can go as high as to 17. And that is very powerful. It's actually a high stat number for the portion of the game that I am right now, and for saving throws it's actually quite nice as well. But to achieve that and to have everything else balanced with my character, with what I want to do for socials, for exploration, and for survivability, I had to lower to the maximum my intelligence, which I have it set it up at 8. But let's say for example that I want to be an arcane trickster, or in the event that I want to multi-class this character into a caster, I would just need to take my warped bandana, and oh boy, intelligence at 17. Now, the possibilities that you can have with this thing is that you can have a rogue assassin that is going to be hiding completely in a whole bunch of different places and just nuke the hell out of everyone by throwing high level tier spells from hiding with that extra attack roll. Now take a look at this. This looks very powerful, right? This is just a nuclear high level tier spell that you're not going to be locked out of from if you multi-class you normally would, because that is the essentially what you're going to have as a trade-off. When you multi-class into something, you are giving away your endgame high level tier spells to get access to low level features, new proficiencies, class features that a new class is going to give you. So now, while I was doing that, I thought of this little idea on my videos. Whole lot of comment section, they have huge ideas for powerful combinations for multi-class and building characters and whatnot. But thanks to all of this that we have in mind, I came up with this little idea in 5 minutes, and it just sounds so filthy, broken and overpowered that I do not know why or how did Larian thought of this. This was a good idea. Not that I'm ungrateful that we're going to get powerful things, but they are stating this, they are saying this as more approachable multi-classing for new players, but it really isn't more approachable multi-classing for new players. It's just breaking the multi-classing for expert players that know how to break all of these things. And this is just a little idea that I thought while I was just pondering on my thoughts about this little thing. So for example, a warrior, for my warrior, I want to have high strength. I also want to have high dexterity, and I want to have high constitution. But if I min-max my character for having high survivability, strength, dexterity, I am going to be dishing away intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. That said, this makes for a very, very powerful melee warrior character that is not going to have that much proficiency in socials and whatnot, but this is a very, very powerful character because of the high dexterity. I am going to have lots of initiative. Because of the high dexterity, I am going to have lots of armor class, and because of the constitution, I am going to have a lot of survivability and a whole bunch of damage. Do have in mind that the warrior at level 2, let's just have these stats right here. And to that, let's say that I am going to place the 17 points into intelligence right here. What am I going to get because of that? Well, what I am going to get because of that is just a very powerful, durable, amazing character warrior that is going to be able to tank everything, and if you manage to level it up at level 3 even, you can react to your misses, for your armor class misses of your dice rolls with the enemies, to just be killing everything. But oh boy, at level 2 you're also going to get action surge, and if you get action surge at level 2 with the high intelligence, 17 intelligence that we're going to have, and also the access of the high level tier spells that we're going to have, because there is no deterrent as to the high level spells that you are going to get as a multi-class. Basically that means that I am going to be able to throw that spell that I just showed you twice because of the action surge. And it really doesn't matter the spell slots, because resting in this game, it's just a joke. You can have lots and lots and lots of supplies, and that means that you're going to be able to rest after every single combat. And basically just a warrior like this, a fighter like this, can solo through anything, because all you have to do is just throw one fireball, and then after that immediately turn into a tank that is going to be able to deal with the remains of the warriors that are left in the battlefield yet alive, that they did survive. And do have in mind that that is not the only powerful spell that you're going to have access to. But then again, also do have in mind that that bandana is just an uncommon item. People has already played the final version of the game, and they have reported that they have found the next tier of that thing, so there's going to be higher tiers potentially. I am thinking the rare one was for 19 intelligence. I'm guessing that an epic one could give you 21, and a legendary even to 23, which is amazing if you pair that up with different items that you are going to have in this game. Itemization in Divinity Original Sin, it was a joke that it immediately turned you into an overpowered little thing. So yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm ungrateful that we're going to have so much power spikes and that our multi-classes are going to be so powerful, but based on all of this information, it just feels wrong that I do not feel like I want to play any multi-class any longer, because we're going to have access to all of these assets. And all in all, having the choice of multi-classing and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, which has never been balanced either, but the thing is that in there you do feel like you're doing something for your build. You're doing tradings. You are changing something for that other something. And here it just feels that multi-classing is just like taking multi-classing for the sake of not giving everything and receiving the whole world at palm of your hands because of giving nothing. Like, you're not giving away high level spells, you're not giving away class progression, you're not giving away level progression. There's really no downside in here. And I do believe that there should be a downside for it to be more versatility. The build's versatilities in this game, to have in mind that this is just an idea that I thought up in like 5 minutes. But there's tons of classes and tons of combinations, uncommon combinations. There's forums, huge forums on the internet discussing about the possibilities, pardon the redundancy, that we have in multi-classing. And this is just going to be all over the place, because then again, multi-classing in Baldur's Gate 3, BG3, is just going to be so powerful and broken because of this. Anyways, if you like the content, like and very super appreciate it. And also, today you gorgeous and beautiful person. You are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel before you close the door. Like the video if you like the video. And obviously you got them gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.